Hello, Deanna with Divine Destiny. I am welcoming you to go on a little journey with me today. It has been inspired within my heart space for some time now to come on and share a new, fresh way, new perspective of looking at the armor of God that we all have within us, and just a beautiful way of explaining from a heart space of the power that's within us and really dropping the fear-based religions. This is open and available to everybody. I don't care what culture, what belief system you come from. So just come on this journey with me today. Be open in your heart to hear me express and share a perspective that has been coming through to me, and I kind of jotted it down, and it comes through in threes. This was something that was brewing within me for a while now, and last night when I was sitting here drawing some cards for myself, I drew the Joan of Arc and the Warrior of Light. I have a steel-like faith in myself, the angel's armor with me, conviction. So this was the third reminder to me to get in here, share this on my YouTube channel. Spirit was knocking at my door again. Like, this was coming through to me, and I just want everybody to go on this journey with me, take it into your heart space, and really enjoy. Excuse noise in the background. It's cold here in Michigan, so we have fans, furnaces, and everything else going. So let's just go on this journey. So left hand on your heart, call upon God, Creator, Source, to be in our heart space, to allow us to absorb what this makes us feel like today by putting on the true armor of God from a love space, dropping the fear and the programs that you may have been fed throughout your life. This is open and available to all beings. So we give thanks in advance. And so it is. Excuse that too. So spirit field prayer to me. And as I'm writing down all of these, I was just amazed because we have 7 as I go through these. We also have 7 chakras, and I think that's huge and beautiful. So number 7, let's start at the top. Spirit field filled prayer. This is your ability to call upon God, Creator, Sources, divine white light. Ask and you shall receive. So I thought that was a beautiful thing. That would be number 7, our upper chakras, our upper room, so to speak, our light body that we're all integrating now. So go into the prayer, which that's what it is, thoughts and intentions, our prayer, and just call upon the divine white light of God. You are a spark of it, and that is available to us all 24/7. And so the next one, number 6, going down into the brow, third eye chakra area, the helmet of salvation. That to me very clearly is our thoughts, our connection from the all-seeing through all senses, kind of combined with that crown chakra, which of spirit-filled prayer, call upon that light. But wearing that helmet of salvation, knowing that you're a child of God, knowing that you're a spark of light, but really seeing within you, not with the 2 eyes, seeing within you the amazing power and ability that we all have, being sparks of. So that is like also symbolic to me as the helmet of awakening. This is when the scales have been peeled back from your third eye, when you're now seeing that all the programs that you may have been going on upon your whole life are being revealed to you. That to me was so symbolic as of, where they say in the Bible about coming like a thief in the night. If we drop the fear aspect of that and we go into the true meaning of our God consciousness, it's really about busting through the illusion, not being of the flesh. So I think that's really cool, the helmet of salvation. It's our thoughts, it's our mindset, it's our perspective. So make it of, make that be your armor of God. Also, 5, throat chakra, the sword of spirit. This is your truth. This is you speaking your truth from a heart-centered space. This is knowing the truth of who you are, and it protects you against persecution. It's about cutting through the karmic cords and the illusions of the ego and protecting yourself from slander. So really start as walking into your authenticity, not enabling behavior, speaking your truth from a heart-centered space. That is your sword, to always speak truth. And I think that's amazing as well. I combined this with the breastplate, with the heart chakra. And the reason I did that, I know we skipped 4, I'll go back to that, but the reason I did that with the breastplate, to me, is because when we're speaking our truth from a heart-centered space, that is the truth in the way, as Yeshua would. Yeshua's always had this image of illuminated heart, and I feel that to be true for all of us, that if we go into that heart-centered space and speak our truth from that throat chakra, that is our sword. That is what is going to protect us, so to speak, energetically from the slander and the persecution. And so I just combined that throat chakra with the heart chakra, and I'll get to that. Let's go back to the shield of faith. Number 4, the shield of faith, being in your heart center and trusting the process. When people first have their awakenings, sometimes it can appear to be alarming. I know this, I've experienced it, that's why I'm on here sharing. Just remember your divinity. Remember that you're a spark of Creator and that you're powerful and limitless. And by being in your heart center, you do get to a point, if you're not there yet, and that's okay, of you just trust the divine purpose. You trust your truth, you trust your way, you understand that you're a being and you're limitless. So that heart space is super important. And let's go down to the breastplate now, and representative of the heart and the lungs. And I know this symbolically is huge. I carry a lot of grief, and I understand the heart space. It is the most powerful energy. We can be in this duality of carrying the dark and carrying the light. It's not to be looked at as a bad thing, but your protection is remembering who you are and calling upon God, Creator, Source, your spirit-filled prayer. So to me, this is where being of love, being of compassion, forgiveness. The forgiveness is always for self. It's your integrity. It's your shield. And your heart and your breastplate protects you against untruths, things that aren't righteous. And it's really a beautiful space. This is, to me, where it's at. And forgiveness, I clarify this a lot in my videos because I was brought up that forgiveness was you be the better person and continue to enable behaviors from other people that were not of love and were not of integrity. So enabling and forgiveness is two different things. God wants you to put that breastplate on and be in your heart center, speaking your truth and healthy boundaries. And the reason for that is because not everybody has remembered that they're a child of God yet. And so by enabling egoic behavior that's not of love, you're just enabling. It'll leave you depleted. So I think that's a beautiful shield for yourself. And the more you love yourself in the Christed heart, the Christ consciousness, it'll become easier for you You know, when I first started awakening and the thief came like in the middle of the night, so to speak, right, symbolically, it was alarming. I'm like, all of these structures were like not of love. And so just remember that. Just keep loving yourself up. Number 2, the belt of truth. Knowing your authenticity of divinity. This is your strong core. This is your solar plexus and sacral chakra. And it is a feminine belt of truth with your passions, with knowing your integrity, knowing that you're a divine being and very intuitive. This is your belt of truth around that solar plexus area and sacral chakra where your passions come on fire. So to me, I just thought that was super duper beautiful. Like, wow. I took it from a perspective out of the Bible, and I took it into not a fear-based, that we're limitless and that we're protecting ourselves from some devil in hell, but to protecting our own energy, knowing that we're divine and being in our authenticity and our truth. Finally, number 1, root chakra, being rooted in your body, wearing your boots, so to speak, your sandals as Yeshua did, firmly standing your ground in peace and walking in peace and walking in your truth. Feet that walk in peace are tapped in, they're rooted in that root chakra, you're in your body, you're not checking out, you're not walking on eggshells of other people's egos that you'll never satisfy. I just thought that was super duper beautiful. Like, wow, I'm walking it. I'm not just talking it. So those boots, number 1, walk in peace, knowing your truth of who you are. I'm going to go over these one more time. I've studied the Bible interpretation. I take it into my heart space now instead of a fear-based thing. And the enabling came about when, back in whenever, man started blaming everything and all their egoic behavior on some devil in hell. You know, you better be good and you better conform to this fear-based teaching or you're going to hell. And our bodies, our souls know right from wrong, or what's I don't want to say right from wrong, what's healthy for us, what's not healthy for us. So just remember that. If you want to go into your Bible and read this, because this is for all beings, not just Christianity. This is for all of us. It's in Ephesians 6:10 through 17. But when I was reading it, I really thought that people should not just read that verse. That's another thing too. Read above that. Integrate from a heart space instead of a fear-based teaching. Start in the one before that. I think it's 5. Nope, it's 6. Where they're talking about being obedient. Because if you read that and then you go into the whole armor of God, it makes a whole lot more sense if you're reading it from a love space. It's definitely portrayed in the Bible as a lot of cop-out behavior from mankind, you know, and their egos. But I still utilize the Bible, but I read it in perspective of God is love. And the only thing that is real is God. And so I read it from my own heart space instead of a fear-based of copping out and not holding my own energy accountable and blaming some horned devil. So the full armor of God is all within you, and it's to protect you from egoic behavior of other human beings. Your body, your soul knows if somebody's talking to you out of the heart space and integrity. And if they're not, as an empath, if you're here, you'll feel that, so you'll know. Let me go down through it one more time. If you want to take notes to this, just rewind the video. If you're new today, thanks so much for being here. This is for all beings of light. This isn't for just Christians or whatever culture. Really just a fresh perspective from a love space of the armor of God. And so when Joan of Arc came up to me, and this was the third time, because this has been brewing within me, and I've been writing notes on this from a heart-centered space for probably at least a couple months. And when she came up to me last night doing a reading on myself, I'm like, okay, Spirit, I hear you loud and clear. Get your bum on there. Share this perspective with everybody. First, chakra 7, your upper room, so to speak, with number 6, your crown chakra, third eye chakra. Call upon God's light. There is something magnificent in the power of asking. Ask and you shall receive, period. Helmet of salvation, our aura, our thoughts, crown chakra. This is also symbolic of like the helmet of awakening, which is that back to, he'll come like a thief in the night. While spiritual awakenings sometimes are gradual for most people, my perspective is it did come like a thief in the night. My awakening happened, boom, instantly, when I lost my empath son at 20 years old. He transitioned himself, and that spiritual awakening was like that, like boom, it happened. So don't look at the thief from a negative perspective. Look at it as in, boom, your world just changed. And I'm thankful for all aspects. Okay, throat chakra combined with the heart chakra, being in your heart space, speaking your truth, allowing that light and your truth to protect you against persecution of other people's egos and nasty behavior. It's also your way to cutting karmic cords with families, friends, people, anybody that's been in your life that's been karmic and not of love, being in your truth and authenticity and allowing that calling upon God, Creator, Source to help you cut the cords of them, karmic patterns, so that you can start being gifted with the abundance that we have with soul connections. Super, super huge. The shield of faith, that's your shield. This is your heart space. That's the heart chakra. Your breastplate, being of love and compassion, being in your integrity, letting your integrity be your shield. And it also protects you against untruths of those that follow man's law instead of God and universal law. The belt of truth. Stand tall and firm like a staff, like I know who I am as a child of God. I deserve love. I deserve good things. I have the strength within me with that sacral chakra and the solar plexus of knowing who I am, standing firmly in that and allowing that to guide you. And with your increase of self-love, your solar plexus will glow and flow like the sun, right? The solar plexus is symbolic of yellow, and that is our sun, our life force energy. So above as below, guys. Your boots, walking it. It's a huge time going into 2020, age of Aquarius, of getting into that heart center, being strongly rooted in who you are as a divine child of God, Creator, Spirit, whichever you so choose to call it. It's more about the feels of the love. Firmly standing in that, not just talking it, walking it. If changes need to be made to get you into your heart center and to be pretty much wearing that shield of you will respect me because I respect myself, healthy balance of that. Keep your feet rooted, root chakra, of anchoring that divinity as above into your body, because it's really about walking it. It's about owning your own. It's about demanding that I'm a child of God and I'm standing firm in that, and I'm walking it, and I will not tolerate or enable other people to not meet me right there, Know the truth that they're a light of God as well. They just haven't remembered yet. Remember that forgiveness does not mean enabling, and that's another beautiful strength for you. I hope you enjoyed this today. I was super excited to come on, just listen to the message. Excuse the background noise. Like I said, it's winter in Michigan. Just remember who you are. Really use that. 7 seals, 7 chakras, 7 armor of God. Walk it. Keep walking it. And if you're not there yet, start somewhere. You'll get there. I appreciate your time today. If you're new and enjoyed this, I'm Deanna with Divine Destiny. I do many things here. I am about helping everybody heal their wounds so they can walk into the authenticity that they are. Face your fears and your grief and your worries and your concerns. Remember the bigger perspective. Be all-seeing of the truth of who you truly are. And returning listeners, thanks so much for being here. Namaste to you all. And until the next time, I'm Deanna signing out. Much love.